Hello and welcome to Ceazor Snack Sandwich. Today I have a quick video for you. Today is July 3rd, 2026. So we've got some more green candles today. Things are heating up, warming up. It feels a little bit nice. People are probably happier. We haven't bounced through any of our resistance, but we're up about 2% today on ETH, about 1% on BTC. You can feel the happiness in the tweeting, but it's still, I would still hold off a little bit. So, hype is still bouncing around in the middle of my range here. Anyhow, so that's that. You can take that as you will and consider what to do with it in your time. Okay, let's move on to some tweets. So the first tweet here I have from Millie of Trurio. He's retweeting, or he's not retweeting, but he's snipping Michael Saylor's word salad. It's pretty funny. So, okay, Claude, make me a salad of random Bitcoin slop words. Make no mistakes. And if you try to read through Michael Saylor's tweets here, it does sound like it's just like he just generated a whole bunch of words and posted it. He's looking very desperate in this case. Like he's got, I don't know, like maybe he knows the game enough so that you have to keep tweeting, and if you don't tweet, it's worse than tweeting something like this. But like if you, for those who can't read it, I'll just read through one of them as clearly as I can, and then you can kind of take that as an indication of what he's written. Brand, legal, political, technical, institutional, cultural, and physical power can influence Bitcoin debate, but not settle consensus. They exert second-order influence by persuading, coordinating, constraining, and mobilizing nodes, miners, and holders. So it's just like, shut up, man. Like, that doesn't make any, like, I guess it probably does make sense, but it's not accessible. And that's the problem, right? No one's going to try to decipher that into his true meaning. He's just trying to sound smart, but it doesn't come off smart because being smart is being understandable. Moving on. So Morpho here. I wanted to talk a little bit about Morpho. Morpho has it's one of the, in my opinion, it's one of the safest places to lend because you can very carefully select what your exposure is. Now, if you just willy-nilly send your stable coins or your ETH or anything into any market, you will get wrecked. But the fact that they are isolated is very good. Now, why does Morpho have so much success, whereas like Silo, which was first, who built this idea first, does not have this level of success? And I think it has a lot to do with this first paragraph here. I don't want to read, I'll read it out loud. Morpho Association raised 175 million led by Paradigm, AZ Crypto, Ribbit Capital with participation of Apollo Funds, Circle Ventures, Van Neck, Ledger, and Kathy Innov, the broad group of strategic investors. So why are they winning? It's because Morpho's really good at business development, and I kind of hate that's the case in crypto, that like business development wins all. Like it doesn't matter how good your tech is. If your BD is subpar, then you're not going to make it. But it is finance, right? These are financial applications, so we kind of have to live with the fact that without BD, you're not going to get business, right? It's as simple as that, right? So yeah, you can read through this. I don't really want to read through this or explain everything. It's just basically the Morpho effect, building Morpho's effect June 2026, building the open credit network for the world, and just kind of, it's just like alpha about Morpho and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that they're evil or anything like that. I'm just saying that I'm just commenting on the fact that how important business development actually is. Okay, so as you can see, here's another tweet by Morpho. They pretty much closed in Robinhood's market. So Robinhood, the app, will allow people to just simply lend their USDC or US dollars to just I'll click lend, earn, and I'll just put my US dollars into Robinhood Earn. And I don't really care where it goes, but all of that money is going to be going to selected, I believe, curated vaults on Morpho on Robinhood chain. So yeah, they locked in this deal, and it's pretty big, I would say. Like it's definitely significant. But anyhow, so that's that. Let's move on. So Frax Finance tweeted this out yesterday, and it's interesting. So it's like more stable coins as collateral on Lighter X would be an exciting. Congratulations to Lighter on the Robinhood app integration. Like Frax, Lighter is working to bring the benefits of DeFi to the world. Excited to continue growth. I like this. This is Frax Finance sharing the news of a protocol that has nothing to do with them. So because they are what Lighter is trying to do makes sense. They are trying to bring ETH to the world, Ethereum, in a way that you can trade perps on Lighter. It's an L2. I believe they're gonna probably redeploy to Robinhood chain or some, maybe just Robinhood app will just bridge you to the Lighter chain, so you can, if you want to trade perps in the Robinhood app, you can do so, and it's all being done via Lighter. So that's nice. I like it because I'm an ETH bag holder and I want my ETH to go. But my point of this tweet talking about this is that will Frax get USDC FRX USD as collateral on Lighter? That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I do like that they're sharing this, though. It shows class. So USDT. Yesterday, I talked about. I shared a video of Paolo, the CEO, I guess, of USDT Tether, and why he's talking about MiCA is a problem, and why he didn't go for the MiCA license. He didn't, achieve the MiCA requirements because of the banking problems, right? The European banking problems. So USDT was delisted by Revolt, and it has now delisted USDT. This won't be the last. And I agree with you. Many projects that are trying to become MiCA compliant will, in fact, have to remove USDT as their token, as a token in their platform. So that makes sense to me. But I think I'm kind of with USDT for stand up with what they believe in and what they believe is true. I don't think we should just bend over to the banks and just turn crypto into a banking float. Like the whole point of crypto was to kind of take away the power of the banks or to reduce their influence on people. But if doing things like folding into the MiCA requirements, which is pretty significant, is just basically giving them what they want. And I kind of respect USDT for their decision on that. So Bitcoin Dollar has this IPOR vault that I was looking at today. It's pretty interesting. How can I explain it? Like it's basically there's this SBTC position, which I need to understand a little bit more. But basically, it gives you exposure to US dollars as well as BTC. So it's kind of like a BTC and US dollar interest-bearing coin, right? So what this does, this vault, is you deposit USDC into the vault. It obtains this BTC, and so now you have exposure to US dollars as well as BTC. And then it borrows WBTC with half of it. So now you are hedging your BTC exposure, and then kind of just loops it so that you get more US dollars juice from this product. So I don't know where this product is getting its US dollar juice, and that's what I need to look at. But I thought I would share this and just kind of show you that IPOR has done this cool thing. So I do have a referral link to share with you for this IPOR vault or any IPOR vault that you want to use. So I will put that in. It is going into my website, so you can always find it there if you want to use it. But check it out. Do some due diligence. Figure out what's going on here. Read a little bit deeper. Don't just ape into this. I just thought I would share it so you can kind of see what's going on out there. Okay, so it's been a while since I talked about Bancor's Carbon DeFi. This is my favorite liquidity provision protocol of all of them. I like a lot of them. I really like Ramsey's as well, but this one I like more than anything, because not because it makes you tons of money, but just because the utility of it is fantastic. So here we have an article written by Bancor about the difference between reoccurring orders and concentrated liquidity. So we all know what concentrated liquidity is. It's a range of buys and sells within a range. So I'm willing to sell all my tokens if it goes through the top, and I'm willing to buy all the tokens if it goes through the bottom, right? And during that time, I'm buying and selling with a small fee in the middle somehow, where it's like a spread. Like I buy, and then I will, whatever I buy, I put it at a price slightly higher than where I bought it, right? So that's how concentrated liquidity works. But reoccurring orders are very, very different. Okay, so they allow you to set a buy range and a sell range. You can move these ranges at any time in this protocol without pulling your liquidity. But if you look at this picture, so I'm willing to only buy if it dips down into this range, and I'm only willing to sell if it goes up into that range. So what this does is there's never a case of like, it's not a situation of get as much trading fees every day, all day long. This is simply what it is it's a actual buy low, sell high, reoccurring strategy. Now you have to adjust this, sometimes. Like if you feel you have to look at it, and maybe your trading predictions didn't come true, and you might want to adjust things. But it's because they're range orders and not limit orders, then you have more likelihood of being able to call those tops and bottoms better, or at least somewhat with your capital. So anyways, check it out. Of course, you can look at this article, read through this article, and I highly suggest anyone who's doing any kind of liquidity provision to look at this and think about it. Okay, so Uniswap, you can get 8% yield in bold USDC on Uniswap. This is a concentrated liquidity position, but it is 2 stable coins, so it's not really likely to go out of the range of your position. So you can check it out. You're getting some nice juice there on bold USDC if that's something you want to do. There are other options instead, though. You can put it into Yearn and let Yearn manage the stability pools. You can put it on Curve and just get Curve yield as well, but you're also getting paid in bold stablecoins because bold is being sent there. Okay, Pharaohs did this tweet today about MEME, M-I-M, the Magic Internet Money stablecoin. It has completely got wrecked. Its price peg is down at 12 cents instead of $1. It's completely wrecked, and its safety score is now 0. Its peg score is 0. It's just considered near dead. Now, this kind of surprises me because the protocol, every meme in existence, if I don't know, like I haven't followed this product for a while, but when I was following it deeply, I understood that every meme came into existence was backed by collateral. And now it's at 12 cents. Now, why aren't people who have opened these CDPs, why aren't they buying 12-cent meme, repaying their debt, and then pulling their collateral? It's a huge arb, right? It doesn't make sense to me. There are, of course, I think it's a case of the people who minted are absent, and they don't know that they can spend 12 cents to buy $1. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Now, the problem with this protocol is you cannot redeem other people. So I see the ARB, but I can't act on the ARB because I didn't open the CDP. New stablecoin designs allow anyone to redeem so that this doesn't happen. So that's maybe a problem with the protocol design of, because it's like an old DeFi Summer protocol design. But anyhow, I do think it's pretty strange. Obviously, there are some people who were able to get meme from whatever, maybe from fees or revenue, and they didn't mint it, but it is backed, but they're selling it, and they're willing to sell it for 13 cents, which is crazy. But anyhow, so Benji, I'm kind of liking the way this guy's tweeting. He's tweeting a lot. So here he has a huge list of like all kinds of stuff going on with Ethereum. So you can kind of check it out. There's a whole bunch of tags in here: Athena, Morpho, EtherFi, Railgun, Lighter, Uniswap, Aerodrome, ETH Labs, Nevermind, all kinds of stuff to check out. Good for him. Token Bryce did this tweet today. I read through this. It's kind of gloomy, but he's basically talking about the situation that we have in the government is pretty crazy, where governments have taken over a lot of our lives, and they're controlling a lot of us. Now we do have a lot more transparency, so we're having this kind of like civil war with the government now. In the past, the government had control and people were sheep and just kind of didn't know what was going on. And then more and more, the government controlled the media, and then it got worse and worse and worse. And now the media is kind of publicized, and more people have access to the truth. But the government is not giving up its power that it has obtained over all these years. So it's kind of like, that's why I love crypto, is because they don't control it. No government has the ability to shut down a lot of the protocols that both Token Bryce and me like. He talks a little bit about war and how United States is just kind of a warmongering country, but I don't want to get into that too much. Next one, we have Ike Billions from Pharaohs. He's talking about how cool it is to use FRX USD instead of USDC in your pools on Curve, and how because FRX fracks, they give so much back, they help their partners, instead of USDC, which just kind of milks the system and gives nothing back. I think it's I'm with him. Yeah, I believe in this completely. And if you go to my Sandwich token, I have actually moved all of my liquidity from my USDC pool to Frax. I did it little by little, but yesterday I moved the entirety of it. I just getting out of it. I'm going to put my mouth or my coins where my mouth is. Last tweet here is EtherFi proposed a dedicated Aave v4 instance on OP for EtherFi Cash. So EtherFi wants Aave to deploy v4 to Optimism so that they can integrate it into their app. So that's it for today. This is a long one. I'm sorry I blah, 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 blah a lot, but that's it for today. Thank you and goodbye.